Well, I think in every one of those moments for me, I can now look back, perhaps through my wisdom gear, and see all of the little things I was doing every day to prepare for that moment.
Wow.
So I'll give you an example, because a lot of young students come to me. We're right next door to the University of Michigan, and a lot of students hear about me. They reach out, they want to come talk to me, they want somewhat ask the same kinds of questions you're asking, but they're in their early 20s at that point. And they ask me often, what advice do you have for me as I go out into the work world? And I tell them that the most important thing I learned to do when I got my first jobs is to do this, to raise my hand and volunteer for things. And I say, let me tell you how that worked for me. And part of it was, I think in the back of my mind, I always knew I wanted to have my own business. That was just a kind of a bucket list goal for me. And so I said, I was a programmer. I was a technical person. I had studied computer science at the University of Michigan. So I knew that the value I was being paid for was to create software with my fingers and my brain. That was how I produced value. But if I wanted to grow, I needed to have different experiences. It couldn't just be technical experiences. So when the salesperson came into the room of engineers and said, hey, I'm going on a customer visit. I need an engineer to come with me to explain our products to our potential clients, I raised my hand and I said, I'll go. When the HR director said, hey, we're planning the holiday party for our team, and I need a few people to help me plan it and execute it, and I said, I can help with that. Wow. When the manufacturing team that was building the little electronic products that we were shipping said, hey, we're really behind on shipments. We need a few extra hands back in manufacturing to help build the products. I said, I can help with that. When somebody said, hey, we're going to a trade show in Las Vegas, we need somebody to help build the booth, man the booth, talk to potential customers, I can help with that. And I would say that all of those in the moment learning opportunities were done minute by minute, day by day, week by week, year by year, so that when later those really big moments happened, I had all of this body of experience, knowledge, and wisdom built up from those other moments where I raised my hand that, it often, there is a phrase that says fortune favors the prepared mind. And, and I think, my instinct was I wanted to have those other kinds of experiences. I wasn't, because I think a lot of times people are like, no, you just wait. And you wait till the opportunity comes and it will be handed to you. And I've just never seen that happen. It's always based on the minute day-by-day things you do to prepare yourself for those big moments.
Wow.
And again, I think reading books is another big part of that too.